Hi, Facebook. Turn this around. Hi, Instagram. I mean, YouTube. YouTube. Okay, there's the Cash App. Let's get this with y'all. It's going to come up. That you can look at it at the top. If more comments come, you can just scroll to the top and see the star comment because I'm going to pin. Where'd it go? I'm going to pin the there's Amazon. I'm going to pin the Cash App. Whatever gets up here. I don't know where it went. I put it in there. Hold on, guys. Wait a minute. Hold on, YouTube. There is the Amazon. Do I need to do it again? Hold on. Let me see. There it came. Okay. I'm going to pin the Cash App. So if you want to see the star comment, go to the top. Okay, because I always pin that, but I want to pin the Cash App. Now, if Cash App comes up a second time, which I doubt it was because I don't know what happened the first time, I will delete one, okay? Now, I'll start off, I'm going to put a little bit of this butter in there to cook my, it's called creamy Cajun Alfredo pasta. But it's not going to be too, well, we're going to use Tony's, so it'll have some. But the sausage they want you to use, I didn't get Cajun sausage. You can look, see if they got Cajun sausage. It was either I couldn't find it or I didn't want it. One or the other, I don't remember. So I got kielbasa. Kielbasa is my favorite. So you can get Cajun if you want to stick to the Cajun, or you can get something else, okay? I cut up 1.5 because it did not give it. There's no measurements. The only thing that has measurements, I think, is the there is a couple of things. The heavy whipping cream that has a measurement, and when we go to cook the chicken, it says put in a stick of butter, and this is my last stick of butter. So when you put the butter in to cook the sausage, it only showed like maybe a fourth of this, like this, but I don't want to cut this because it needs a whole stick. So I'm just going to put a little bit of this. Okay, you cook the sausage. It wants you to put onion and garlic, like a spoonful of garlic, and then just some onion. It could be a whole onion, half an onion, depending how much sausage you use. Okay, I used one whole one. You know how you just buy one? Because the pack I got was family pack. So I used one whole one because there's 3 whole ones in there. So I use a whole one, and then I cut it, and the rounded part, I cut it in half there and used half of that. So there's like 1.5 left that me and my husband can have it later on at another time with some macaroni and cheese. Oh, let me see. What was I going to do? Shoot, no, I forgot. Oh, see, yeah, I do have a little bit of onion left, and I have garlic, but I don't want to use those this time. Usually I do, but I don't. So instead, it didn't call for this, but it just said onion and garlic. But instead, I'm going to use minced onion in here. See, this minced onion. And I'm going to use freeze-dried garlic. The Lighthouse. If y'all look at the stores, it should have Lighthouse. Lighthouse is all freeze-dried. You can get freeze-dried garlic, freeze-dried chives, basil, oregano. So, and I have 2 more garlics. I don't know how this happened. I must have accidentally bought them. But this one's just about gone. So, okay? So when you put the sausage in there and start letting it cook, add this and this. Now, if you're adding real garlic, it's just a spoonful of garlic and whatever, depending on how much sausage you put in there. If you want a whole onion, half an onion, and it could be white, yellow, it don't matter. Okay? So, and it did not say what temperature to put it on, so I'm going to start with like 6. And I got water boiling for my pasta. I'm going to use bow tie pasta. That's what the video showed, but you can use any pasta you want, okay? So I'm going to start, I guess I'll start on a 7. Okay? Start on a 7. Okay, I'm just going to get a spoonful. All right, let me see. Anybody come on here? No. I'm just going to use a tablespoon full. Let that melt a little bit, and then I'm going to just keep this to the side just in case. Okay? I'm going to rinse the spoon, but and this also has diced chicken in it. Okay? My diced chicken. See? I probably could only use 1 or 2, but I cut up 3 because that's what was frozen together. I have packets of 4 breasts frozen, or 3. That's it. You ask why? Because my son was here. So I was doing enough for them and the other person that was here, but they left, but their stuff is frozen, so. Okay, so let's move this around. This is a big pan because it's going to end up having sauce. It's just a mixture of stuff, so I'm not using jar Alfredo sauce. Okay, mixing that around. And then I'm going to dump the sausage in there. And this bowl, since it just has sausage, when the sausage is done, I'm going to scoop everything back into this bowl. And then I put the chicken in there with a, I got to double check. I think it's a stick of butter. Or maybe the stick of butter was later on, but there's a stick of butter. So I'll cook the chicken. And then I'll dump the chicken in here too, since it'll be done. Okay? I didn't want to dump the chicken in here while I was waiting because it would have been raw chicken and then I would have had to clean the bowl. So, but while this is starting to cook, I am going to, it showed them mixing the seasonings on the chicken in a little bowl, but I'm just going to do it right on here. Okay? So let's get this in here. Okay? Now let me get what the utensils I need. Okay, I bought a new tongs today. They were metal ones. They were Pioneer Woman because our pasta keeps sticking to this like a whole lot. So, but I'm going to use this for the chicken. When if I have to mix chicken up or use it, I'm going to use this. This I'm going to use to stir up the sauce and stuff after everything's done. So the water's getting there. It's got little tiny bubbles on the bottom. So I am going to go and, first I'm going to put salt in the water. Okay? Salt in the water. Then I'm going to put some oil. Okay? So. Yes, I'm going to use this to stir this also. But after I mix up the chicken with the seasoning and stuff, then I'm going to wash it so I can come back and stir. Okay, so right now, it wanted you to pour a little bit of oil. Now, it showed olive oil, but if you don't have olive oil, I guess you can use any other oil. Okay, but it wants you to pour a little bit of olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, over. Now, if you don't have a real, like those bottles that have the real thin, be careful what you pour. Okay, and if you are using like vegetable oil or some other oil with the big tubs, be careful. Okay? So I'm going to mix it up. I just prefer to just do it on here. Okay? Now it did not show there's no measurement, so each to their own what they like. Okay? Now salt and pepper. Okay? Salt and pepper. Salt, pepper. Okay, pepper. Oh, let me put the minced onion and garlic in here. Supposed to be in here. Hold on. I don't want it to come out too fast, but that's not coming out fast enough. So be careful if you use it. Okay, that's it. And the garlic. Okay? Just a little bit of garlic. Okay? So now that, then garlic powder and onion powder. Okay? Garlic powder, onion powder. Now remember, as I say every time, I remind everybody, onion powder has big holes in it. So it will come out fast, so you want to be careful. Okay? And then toning saturas. Toning saturas. Now if you have some other Cajun seasoning, so be it. Okay? All right, because I have, and I will show you, I have Slap Your Mama. I have Slap Your Mama. That's Cajun. I didn't know that at first. And I have Louisiana Cajun seasoning. Okay? Some recipe asked for Cajun seasoning, so I went and bought something that said Cajun seasoning, which was Louisiana, not realizing that Tony's and Slap Your Mama was Cajun. So, okay? So, let's mix this up. Turn my water on so it can be hot. So I can wash off this real fast. That all mixed in. Just a little more Tony Saturated. Mix it all up. Okay. So now let's rinse this off and kind of wash it. All right. So let me dry it. Oh, some of it's getting wet, so I didn't stir it. Could have stirred it with a spoon. Okay. Okay, let me make sure it's a whole. I promise I'm young. One of the best I've ever had. So let me show y'all how to make it. So I'm going to start out by letting my pasta cook while I'm finishing the rest of the dish. You're going to need some cut up chicken. There's a little bit of olive oil on it, seasoned with Tony's, garlic powder, onion powder, salt, black pepper. Toss that around until every piece is nicely coated. In a hot skillet, you're going to add some butter and some Cajun-style sausage. Throw in some chopped onion, and you're going to add a little bit of minced garlic as well.
Once your sausage has started to brown, you're going to remove it from the skillet, and then you're going to throw your chicken in. You want to let your chicken cook until it's done. Once it's finished, you're going to remove it from the skillet and drain that grease. Now you want to throw in a stick of butter, let it melt, and
all right, stick of butter is after, okay. So let's go with this. Let's stir this around and get this stuff out. Now we can put the chicken in. Now if it needs something, I'll put a little bit of oil in here. Okay, so now we're going to put the chicken in. I don't want some of the liquid that got on the mat to go in there. I don't want. I dried the chicken before I cut it, but. Okay. All right, guys. So I'm stirring up the chicken. I'm gonna turn it down to 6. Get the chicken cooked up, and then we'll put it in the bowl with the sausage. And I'll turn it back up to 7 if it seems like it's taking too long. Oh, I forgot the sausage. Okay, so let me put the sausage there. Okay, the water is boiling. So it did not say how much pasta either, but you don't want to overdo the pasta compared to the sauce. So think about that. So I think she may have put 1 box in. I'm going to do about 1.5, so we can have leftovers. But so let me open this, but I'm not using 2 whole boxes. No, it's too much. Okay. Okay. That's about it. Close this up. All right, let me get the spoon. Stir up this pasta. Got the salt and now let's see how long it takes. I forgot to look. 11 minutes for more tender pasta and extra minutes. So it'll probably be 12 because I like tender pasta. So this will cook while I'm doing everything else. So it'll probably be done by then, if not before. So go with that. Okay, I'll start in a few minutes. All right, let's stir this. Yeah, it's slowed down. So let's go back up to 7. Now, sometimes if it's taking too long to fry, I'll go up to 8 or 9. And when I hear it going, and it's too much, then I'll bring it back down. I go up that high just to keep the pan going and heat it. So, because it doesn't say temperatures, okay? So whatever you think you want to cook the sausages on and the chicken on, but the sauce, Don't do it too high. Because everybody knows how to. And if you don't like these seasonings, if you don't like garlic powder, onion powder, Tony Satchers, or any Cajun seasoning, you can substitute it with something else. It doesn't have to be totally Cajun. You can use different sauces. You don't have to use Cajun seasoning to make it Cajun. You can use whatever seasoning you want. But it also does salt and pepper. Okay? Salt and pepper on the chicken. Along with the garlic powder, onion powder, Tony Satchers, or any Cajun seasoning, okay? And if you don't want to put if you don't feel like cutting up and putting regular onion in there, or garlic, you can use, like I said, the minced garlic. The same thing with the minced onion. Same thing with the garlic. You can just use the freeze-dried one here or the minced one in a jar too. Because you can also call this minced, because it's just a spoonful. You just take a spoonful out of here, out of this jar from the refrigerator. Okay, out of this. Okay. Oh, there was a little thing of butter that's already cut. Oh well, I didn't see that. Okay. Now this, and that was just out because I had to move it to get to this. So. Chicken's almost done. There's still some little pieces that are not all the way cooked, but most of it is. So just keep getting it stirred up here. And then it says once you take the chicken out, drain your pan or rinse it with a paper towel before you start the sauce, okay? And once the sauce is all done, you're going to put the pasta in there, mix it up, and then put the chicken and sausage back in there, okay? But also, I'm going to give y'all a hint. Just makes sense, even though it doesn't say it on there. They don't say every little thing. I kind of do add everything in there because some people don't think. But if you would like to have straight up chicken, no sausage, do a little more chicken than you would normally do because you don't have the sausage in there. You want to do a little more sausage and no chicken at all, so be it. But the recipe said both, so it sounds good with both. But if you would like to only do one or the other, that's fine. Like I said, if you don't want Cajun sausage, you don't have to get it. Because I don't think, it was either I couldn't find it or I didn't want it. I love kielbasa. I may not have wanted it. That might be it, but I don't remember. But let's stir up the pasta. Okay. I didn't pull out the Parmesan cheese and the heavy whipping cream because I didn't want it out because it's starting to get hot in here because of the cooking. All right, let me see this video. Well, that's, excuse me. Sorry, guys. When my phone closes out, the recipe goes away.
This creamy Cajun Alfredo pasta is some of the best I've ever had. So let me show y'all how to make it. So I'm going to start with my pasta cookbook and finish the rest of the dish. You're going to need some cooked
Hi, Shannon. Hi, Shannon. Oh, you're not still on here? Hey, sis. How are you doing? I'm making, I forgot the name of it. It's got chicken and sausage, and it's gonna have pasta and an Alfredo sauce, but not a jar Alfredo sauce. Okay. Thank you. Well, say hi to your mom as well. I miss you guys. Sorry I didn't. If you watch the replay, it would be appreciated because I missed you coming out. I'm sorry. I just asked people to stay on for a few minutes so I can turn around if I'm stirring up my stuff, and I will always check every few minutes, see if anybody's on here. So that's no worries, okay? I wish you were still on here. All right. So let's see.
Just bring maybe your food pasta and some of it. And so let me show y'all how to toss that around so every piece of pasta goes in a hot skillet. You're gonna add some butter and some Cajun style sausage, throw in some chopped onion, and you're gonna add a little bit of garlic as well. Once your sausage is starting to brown, you're gonna remove it from the skillet and then you're gonna throw your chicken in. You're gonna let your chicken cook until it's done. Once it's finished, you're gonna remove it from the skillet and drain that grease. Now you're gonna throw in a stick of butter, let it melt, and add 2 cups of whipped cream. Season this with some ponies, onion powder, garlic powder, and some salt. You're gonna combine all this together, and then you're gonna add.
Okay, so you're gonna add a stick of butter, and once it melts, you're gonna add 2 cups of heavy whipping cream. 2 cups. And then it wants you to add the seasonings that we added. Tony Satura's, onion powder, and garlic powder. Okay, guys? Okay, YouTube? And it said salt. It did not say black pepper this time. It just said salt. It said Tony's, garlic powder, onion powder, and salt. That's all it said. But if you want to add a little pepper into it, which I probably would, but if you want to add a little pepper into it as well, go ahead. All right? And you're going to mix that all up. And once you get it mixed up, then you're going to put in some Parmesan cheese. Parmesan cheese. But let me see if she gave. Let me see if she put in a measurement for the Parmesan cheese. Okay. She said she added a couple handfuls of the Parmesan cheese, which means 2 handfuls. That's what couple means. But you can add a little more or a little less. Whatever you want to do. Okay? And you want to get it all mixed up, stirring it constantly until you notice it's getting thick, which would just be a few minutes. And then once that's done, then you can add the pasta in, mix it up, and then add your chicken and sausage back. Okay? So, the only thing that's measured is 2 cups of heavy whipping cream. The seasonings I mentioned, Tony Satura's, onion powder, garlic powder, salt and pepper, it's each to their own. It didn't mention the pepper in the sauce, just on the chicken, but if you want to add pepper into the sauce, that would be fine too. Okay? And just go, and the minced onion and minced garlic, these two. You want to use that instead of regular onion and garlic, it's up to you. But the garlic I could have used regular because there was no cutting up, unless you want to cut up fresh garlic. Or you can buy frozen onion like I showed you in a bag. It's just a 10-ounce bag, not a lot. Or you can buy a couple of onions. Now, if you like yellow and white, I would freeze them separately, unless you want to mix them up in the same bag and it doesn't matter to you. Spend one day and cut up all your onions, put it in a baggie, and freeze it in the freezer. And then you can just take handfuls out when you want. You could do the same thing with bell peppers, because I sure do. See, I'll show you guys. See? Bell pepper. That's my and I labeled it, the date, and I said bell peppers. So, yes. It's orange, red, and yellow, because I don't like green, so. Okay? So, and then usually I'll cut up some onions and freeze it in a baggie too. Like this time I just decided to buy a, frozen bag of onions. Because I don't even try to use as much as the recipe calls for. Because we're not like that with onions. There's about a minute and a half left on the pasta, and the chicken is just about done. So, that's good. Okay, so I'm gonna turn it off just for a minute. All right, so. just gonna lift this up because the kind of spoon I got me. Put the chicken in here. Now you can take a paper towel and just pat out the juice or grease, like they've been showing with ground beef. I don't know how people do that. I tried it a couple times. But if there's a lot of juice, see, you can't see that, can you? No. I'm just gonna see all that. I'm just gonna dump it. Here, let me pick this up. I don't want. Just gonna dump it in the drain. Okay. Then I'm just gonna turn on the hot water. Okay, then I'm gonna get a couple of paper towels and wipe out the pan like it has, because I dumped most of it. Okay, so that should be good. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, let's stir the pasta one more time. Then we turn it off. Okay, well, this I usually put right over the drain, but it's going to go to the side since I've got some other dishes in there. So let's dump this. All right, let it sit there for a minute or two to drain. Oh, this will just, I'll just leave right here. Okay. All right, hold on, guys. I'm right here, but I want to show. Tell me what you think. Good? All right, I just gave my husband a piece of chicken to taste it. Oh, you want to taste test. See, my dog wants to taste it too. You want to taste chicken? There you go. No, I'm not giving you any more. I'm just letting you taste it, okay? So, now, I'm going to put it on low just because I don't want to take no chances. Okay? Let's get out. I put it on back on low. Let's get out this heavy cream. A measuring cup. Measuring cup. Okay, I'm going to measure 2 cups. Oh, I ran out. Just enough. It's at 1 3/4. 1/4 short. So I got to check my other recipes. If I need any more heavy whipping cream, I'm going to have to buy some. Okay? So let's get this stick of butter in here. Let that melt. So let me make sure I got it all right. Keeps disappearing.
This creamy cake and Alfredo pasta is it's butter and some cake. Once it's finished, you're going to remove it from the skillet and drain that grease. Now you can throw in a stick of butter, let it melt, and add 2 cups of thick whipped cream. Season this with some Cajun, onion powder, garlic powder, and some salt. You're going to combine all this together, and then you're going to add Parmesan cheese. I added some pan. You want to constantly stir this, and it's going to thicken up.
Okay, so just a stick of butter. You want just a stick of butter, guys. Oh, this chair could have been closer. Just a stick of butter. Then 2 cups of whipping cream, heavy whipping cream. And then the seasonings I told you, the same ones that we put on the chicken. And then a couple of handfuls of cheese, more or less, whatever you like. And then once you mix up, you want to mix the seasonings in there first after you put the stick of butter and the heavy whipping cream. Then you put the seasonings in there, mix it up, and then add a couple of handfuls of cheese, like I said, more or less. Parmesan cheese, okay? It's going to be Parmesan cheese. Then mix that up, and then stir it until it starts to get thick. And then once that happens, you can put the, like I said, the pasta in there. Mix that up, and then put the chicken and sausage back in there, and then there you go. Now, you don't have to, but if you want to, I don't think she said it, but I'm just saying. If you want to take some parsley and sprinkle it on top as, you know, your, what do they call it? Your decoration. You know what I mean, your thing. You can do that, okay? So just letting this butter melt. So you want to stir this a lot. The whole time she was using like a spatula where you flip eggs, but I'm just using the spoon. She used it to stir the sausage, the chicken, the sauce, but I'm just using a spoon. I may use the black tongs to serve it. I don't know. It depends. Depends what I think. Okay, let me put this butter over here. Okay, so let's see. Okay, and once again, when you put the seasonings in this sauce, it's what you want. It's no measurement. Okay. So let me get, what do I do with my spoon? Oh, it's right here. Mix it up. Mix the heavy whipping cream and the melted butter up. Okay. Then you want to stick your seasonings in. It said salt, but it didn't mention black pepper, but I'm using black pepper anyway. I don't think whipping cream has a lot of salt. But if you notice you need a little bit more seasoning after everything is mixed, the meat and the pasta in here, you can add a little more. But yeah, she didn't mention black pepper. For the chicken she did, but not for the sauce. The sauce, but I'm going to add it anyway. So let's do this. Add some garlic powder. Remember, your onion powder has big holes. You all probably know that, so just be careful. Okay? And let's get some Tony's in there, or any other Cajun seasoning, or whatever your blended seasoning you use on the chicken, if you don't want Cajun. Okay? Because if you don't want to do it Cajun, you don't have to. You can use other sausage. You can leave out the Cajun seasoning and use something else. Like you can use, I have this. This is a good idea if you want to use. You can use seasoning all. It's like all-purpose, or all-purpose if you have that. See? See, babe? Seasoning all. I told you I had it. But seasoning all. I used this the other day because a recipe called for all-purpose, but I didn't have all-purpose, so I used seasoning all. You can use that instead. I don't know what y'all got, but you can use other stuff. Okay? Whatever to your liking if you don't want to use the combination that the recipe calls for. Okay? All right. So let's mix that in like it said. Mix the seasoning in. Okay, so once the stick of butter melts, you add your 2 cups of heavy whipping cream. Mix that up. Put all the seasonings in. The ones I told you, or if you use your own different ones. On the chicken, use the same ones in the sauce. And then mix the seasonings up into the sauce. Okay, and then put your couple of handfuls, more or less, Parmesan cheese. Parmesan cheese. You know, the only thing I don't like about the Parmesan cheese is they only make them in these size bags. And the actual ones that you have to grate, they're small blocks. They don't have big bags like in the other cheeses. I don't know why, but so let's do this. Some handfuls in there. Because if I do a whole big handful, that's about a cup. Because I tried it once. I picked up a big handful of cheese and I put it in a cup and it was just right. This is 1.5 cups. I'm gonna just put the whole thing in there. It's only 1.5 cups. It's a small bag. It's only 6 ounces. The small bags for the like cheddar and all them, the small bags are 8 ounces. But see, at first here, I thought I was like, oh my God, I got bugs in my sauce. But then I remembered it was the minced garlic and onion that I had stirred up. Some of it got a little dark and I didn't get it all out, so it was floating around. Anyway, stir that up. Stir the cheese up. If I wanted more cheese in a cup and a half, I have another bag, so no worries. But stir it up and let it thicken up. So I'm gonna put it on 6. But when you do this, I'd start on 5 and then adjust it as you think. Because when you put in the heavy whipping cream, it's cold, so remember that. You can see some of the cheese, so I'm trying to get it melted up in there. I guess this is basically how Alfredo sauce is. And I'm guessing if you did not want to go through all this, I'm guessing you could buy a jar or two, however much you like. Cook the sausage and the chicken, or just sausage or chicken, whatever you're doing. Cook the pasta. Dump the Alfredo sauce into a pan. Just let it heat up till it's a little warm. And then add in the pasta and the meat. I'm guessing you could do it that way. But I made a couple of recipes like this with the Alfredo sauce like this. And my son said he loves it better than the jar. You can always taste the sauce before you put the pasta and the meat back in there to see if it's seasoned to your liking. Like if it's not seasoned enough, if it's over seasoned, you got I don't know what to do there, but if it's under seasoned, you can add a little more salt, pepper, whatever seasoning you think it needs. Okay? See, like this. Oh, yes. That's good. It's seasoned perfect. It's seasoned perfect. Oh, I don't need to add any more other seasoning. See, now it's starting to bubble, but let it get thick. Just a few minutes it should take. See, I lift some up on the spoon and I let it pour back in there so I can see how thick it is. Could be a little more thicker, but I think I bought a bunch of bags of mozzarella. I mean, Parmesan, because I needed it for a couple other recipes. So I'll have 2 bags and a partial bag. I'm gonna add a little bit more. So probably about a handful more. All right, it's bubbling, so let me go back down to 5. All right, let me check that out. Okay. Stir that other handful. You don't want it to burn to the pan. That's what you don't want. Now, once you're ready to add the pasta in, it didn't say, but I would leave it on, but I would turn it down to like 2 or 3, just to keep it warm. Even low if you want, whatever. That's up to you. If you want to turn it all the way off, you can. All right, it's a lot. So let's go from there. Let me turn it down. I'm going to turn it down to 2. All right, so I have the pasta. Get this out of my way. I have the pasta right here. I am going to dump it back in here. I'm going to dump it. Oops. It's like stuck together, you know, when it sits, especially when you drain it. Kind of break it apart. Trying to get it mixed in there so it'll all separate. You know how it all sits together into a big clump when it's sitting in the strainer? There we go. Now, if you're a vegetarian or something where you don't eat meat at all, you can make, I don't know if vegan or vegetarian can eat cheese. I don't know how that works. But if you can, if either one can, then you can just make the sauce and the noodles. You don't have to even make the meat. If that's what you prefer, okay? Alrighty. So, give you a quick glimpse at it before I put the meat in. Okay. YouTube. Hi, Shannon. Sorry I didn't see you. Hi. Shannon, tell me, can you see the food? I wasn't sure because I've never had anyone here tell me. Can you see the food clear or does it look fuzzy? That's what I'm trying to see. Can you see the food clear or does it look fuzzy? Okay, just checking. That's why I put pictures on here too so you can see it. Yeah, but like if it's like 1/4 cup, you just get a 1/4 cup. If it's a 1 teaspoon, you just get a 1 teaspoon. But yeah, it's just seasoned to your liking. Okay, so let's go. Oh, here it is. Let's dump all the meat back in here. Okay. All right, so I dumped all the meat. Trying to see if you can see that. I dumped the meat back in here, the sausage and the chicken. Now I'm mixing that up as well. Then I'll show you all again, and I'll take a picture. But I'm gonna to make it look nice. I'm gonna put some parsley. I'm gonna sprinkle some parsley on top. You know how you I forgot the word they use. Not decoration. It's not decoration. It's as a to make it look nice. But some recipes, instead of using parsley, it uses basil or oregano or something else, depending what the meal is, because it goes better with it. But most of them just do parsley. So there we go. I mean, it's not a lot of extra sauce on the bottom, but there is some. Okay. Now, you don't want to overdo the cheese because then it will be too cheesy and not liquidy enough to cover, you know what I'm saying. Okay, so let's get, I gotta move some stuff. Sorry guys, I can't reach, I'm short. All right, parsley flakes. Oh, garnish. Yes, Shannon. Thank you. I'm telling you today, my brain has been going crazy. I mean, all the time. I'm always forgetting names of simple stuff. But yes, you're right. Garnish. Thanks, Shannon. So I'm going to garnish it. I'm going to put a spoon right there. Let's garnish it. Garnish. All right. All right. There we go. Okay, got the garnish. Let me take a picture. Then I will show you guys what it looks like. Now, Shannon, is it better if I showed you this way? Can you see it on my phone, the picture I took? Or is that too? Let me see. Can you see it better that way? Or was it better with the light on? I swear. It's my computer screen, I think. But there, can you see that? Or is that blurry? That? Or was it better looking at it from a picture on the phone? Or is it better looking at it like that when I bring it to the food? Let me know. Okay, so it was better when I showed it. Okay. So I just showed you the finished product. Did you see it? I put the computer over there. Did you see it? Because it's not like my iPad or phone. I can't flip the computer screen. So here you go, Facebook. There's a garnish on there, parsley. How does that look, guys? Let me know. Let me flip it back around. Hey, Martha. Thank you for coming on. Sorry I missed you. How are you doing? I'm doing good, and it is yummy. No, this is the first time I've made this one, but I have made several other recipes that had kielbasa sausage. I made an Alfredo pasta with pasta, kielbasa, but it wasn't the Cajun one. It didn't have Cajun sausage or Cajun seasoning. But this one is supposed to have Cajun sausage, but I use kielbasa instead. But I still use Cajun seasoning. It wasn't that I don't like Cajun. It's just I think I couldn't find the sausage, or maybe I just didn't want it. But anyways, but I've made one before that had bow tie pasta as well. I'm sweating. It's hot in here. I might have my air conditioner's on 74. I might have to turn it to 72 because I'm like sweating. Okay, so let me put this down. All right, let me see. Doesn't it, Shannon, man? If I was in Virginia and I decided to do all this, I'd be inviting you all the time. Be like, if you're not working, you can come over anytime you want. If your mom's not cooking, you can come over anytime you want when I'm cooking. Make enough, you take some leftovers home? Yeah. Okay. Look, I got these cheese sticks. I don't know why I'm eating one now and about to eat dinner. No, I may put the second one away. The other one's for my dog. You definitely eat good, Shannon. You would definitely, no doubt about it. Breaking it apart for my dog. Ooh, she's tearing it up. This cheese stick, she likes it. I just bit off the top so I could peel it down better instead of giving it a whole chunk at once. One more piece. There you go, baby. All right, guys. I had a second one I was going to eat, but I'm thinking, why? Why? So I'm just putting it in the refrigerator. Okay. So let me get a bowl. Okay. All right. So let me. And like I was saying, the other Alfredo pasta I made with Alfredo with kielbasa sausage. It wasn't Cajun and it didn't have chicken in it. It just had the sausage in it. This one just had the chicken in it, but you know, you can just use chicken or just sausage or continue with both, or if you're okay. So there we go. So let me taste it. I'm gonna use forks today. It's ready, babe. Get up. Let's come over here and get. All right. So let's taste this, guys. Let me get a piece of chicken, sausage, and some noodle. Okay, let's get this. All right, guys. See? Oh, that is beyond good. Wow. Amazing. Amazing. Now, you put all that Parmesan cheese in the sauce. If you would like to take some Parmesan cheese and sprinkle some shredded Parmesan cheese right on top as well, go ahead. Or if you'd like to take the Parmesan cheese that's in the bottle, this this one is Parmesan and Romano, but if you like to take that and sprinkle it on top like you do spaghetti, you can do that too. But if you don't want to add any more, you don't have to. Alrighty. So that is good. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this. Oh, you definitely would, Shannon. Man. All right. So I am going to go ahead and get off of here. All right. Okay, now I'll message you in a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and end this the way I end all my lives. And I thank you for watching, Shannon. I appreciate each and every one of you who came on here. And I'm sorry if I missed some of you who came on here and then left before I was able to say hi. Especially you, Martha, because I haven't talked to you in a while. And Shannon K. Oh my God. I mean, Shannon Y. Shannon York. I missed you. I missed your live, so it would have been good to say hi to you, but I missed you and Mama. But I thank you for coming on here, Shannon. I see sometimes you come on my Facebook, sometimes on YouTube. So I thank you for switching on and off. But anyways, I'll come live tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. Central. It will be on Elizabeth Gibbs, the page I'm on now on Facebook. My main page, Elizabeth Gibbs, first and last name. YouTube, if you want to come watch. That's because this afternoon's live was Elizabeth's Life, Elizabeth apostrophe S Life, Life. So tomorrow is Elizabeth Gibbs. Even though I went on it tonight, that doesn't count because in my every other day thing because that I go on when I go live cooking. But I'm just talking about the afternoon. So tomorrow will be Elizabeth Gibbs and Instagram, Angel Baby Girl 77. Okay? So 1:30 p.m. Central. Okay? So I thank y'all for watching. Stay positive. I love you guys. And I'll see you tomorrow if you plan on joining my live. Bye, Facebook. Bye, YouTube. I keep wanting to call y'all Instagram.